Let's now do question number 2 of exercise 5. It says find the factors by multiplication. Kids, you know that a factor is a number that completely divides the given number. That means when you divide the given number by its factor, the remainder comes out to be 0. So now, in order to find the factors by multiplication, we will start taking up the numbers one by one and start checking whether the given number gets completely divided by the number we are taking or not. If it gets completely divided, then the divisor taken by us will be the factor of the given number. And we know that we have 2 multiplication facts for 1 division fact, which we did in chapter 4. So, for that division fact which we will get on testing, we will write the multiplication fact and we will say that the numbers which we multiply will give you the factors of the given number. So let's start. We will do B part first. The number given to you here is 15. Now kids, we will begin with 1. Let's divide 15 by 1 and check whether it gets completely divided or not. Kids, here we may observe that 15 gets completely divided by 1. That means it gives us a remainder 0. So the divisor, that is 1, and your quotient, which is 15, gives you the factor of number 15. So, in order to write the factors by multiplication, let's write the multiplication fact for 15 divided by 1, which is 1 multiplied by 15 is equal to 15. Now, kids, as I have told you earlier also that 1 is the smallest factor of any number and the number itself is the greatest factor of any number. So, whenever we are supposed to find the factors of any number, by default we know that 1 and number itself in multiplication will give the factors of the given number. Right? So now we have got 1 and 15 as the factors of 15. Let's note it down on the extreme ends. That means the smallest factor on left side and the greatest factor on the right side. Now let's check whether 2 is a factor of 15 or not. So in order to do that, we will divide 15 by 2. But kids, it leaves a remainder 1. So that means 2 is not a factor of 15. Now we will move to 3. When we divide 15 by 3, we get the remainder 0. So that means the multiplication fact will give you the 2 factors for this division fact, isn't it? So let's write the multiplication fact, which would be 3 multiplied by 5 is equal to 15. So let's put down these 2 numbers also. Now let's check it with 4. Kids, when you divide 15 by 4, you get the remainder 3. So that means it is not completely divided by 4. So 4 is not a factor of 15. Now kids, we have checked by all the numbers and we have come across that 4 is not a factor, but 3 and 5 are the factors of 15. And we have learnt that all the factors fill up the spaces between the smallest and the greatest factors. Now, the spaces between the smallest and the greatest factors are being filled by only number 3 and 5 here. That means we will stop here because the consecutive number of 3, that is 4, is not a factor, and after 4 we get 5, which is already a factor. So we will stop here and we will say factors of 15 are 1, 3, 5 and 15. Let's now move to D part. The number given to you is 48. So kids, as I told you earlier that 1 is the smallest factor and 48 will be the greatest factor of 48. So if I multiply 1 by 48, I'll get 48. So let's write down these two factors like this. Now if I check with 2, that means if I divide 48 by 2, I get the remainder as 0. That means 48 is completely divided by 2. So that means the multiplication fact 2 multiplied by 24 is equal to 48 will give us the two factors that are 2 and 24. Now let's check whether 48 is divided by 3 or not. Yes, it gets completely divided by 3 and it gives us a quotient 16. So we will say that 3 multiplied by 16 is equal to 48 will give us 3 and 16 as the factors. Now let's check by kids. We get 0 as the remainder if I divide 48 by 4 and it gives 12 as a quotient. So that means 4 and 12 are the factors of 48. Now let's check with 5. Kids, if I divide 48 by 5, it leaves a remainder 3 because I know that 5 9s are 45 and 5 10s are 50. So we do not get 48. Right? And we know that we always take the smaller number than dividend while we divide. So when I take 45, which comes at 9, it will leave a remainder 3. That means 5 and 9 both are not the factors of 48. Let's check with 6. When I divide 48 by 6, it gets completely divided, giving me the quotient 8. So that means 6 and 8 both are the factors of 48. And I can write it like this. Now let's check it with 7. Kids, if I divide 48 by 7, it leaves a remainder 6. Which means that 7 is not a factor of 48. And kids, we will stop here because we have already checked for 8 and we know that it is a factor of 48. So we will arrange all the factors in ascending order and we will write factors of 48 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 16, 24 and 48. Let's now do E part of this question. The number given to you is 23. Now kids, as you know that the smallest and the greatest factor in multiplication will give you the number, right? So that means the smallest factor, which is 1, multiplied by the greatest factor, which is number itself, here it is 23, will give you 23. Now let's check it by 2. When you divide 23 by 2, you get a remainder 1 because 2 11s are 22, but we have number 23 and 2 12s are 24. But we do not get 23 in table of 2. So you will say that these are not the factors of 23. Let's move to 3. Kids, when you divide 23 by 3, it gives us a remainder 2 because 3 7s are 21 and 3 8s are 24. But we do not get 23. So you will say that 3, 7 and 8. All these three numbers will not be the factors of 23. Let's now move to 4. Let's check it with 4 now. So on division by 4, I get a remainder 3 and quotient as 5. So that means both the numbers 4 and 5 are not the factors of 23. Let's check it with one more number, that is 6. So kids, if I divide 23 by 6, I still get the remainder because 6 3s are 18 and 6 4s are 24. So that means 6 is also not a factor of 23. And we may stop here because we have already checked with 7. So kids, you may say that 23 has only 2 factors, that is 1 and 23. So you will write factors of 23 are 1 and 23. Kids, the numbers which have only 2 factors, that is 1 and itself, such numbers are called prime numbers. Let's take a look on another part, which is G part. The number given to you is 36. Now we already know that 1 multiplied by 36 will give you 36. So we will write it like this. Now let's check whether 36 is divisible by 2 or not. So if I divide 36 by 2, I get a remainder 0 and quotient as 18. So I may say that for this division fact, the multiplication fact, which is 2 multiplied by 18 is equal to 36, give us the factors which are 2 and 18, and these are the factors of 36. Let's now try by 3. Kids, 36 is divisible by 3 and it gives us a quotient 12. So the multiplication fact for this would be 3 multiplied by 12 is equal to 36. Let's now check it by number 4. So on division of 36 by 4, we get a remainder 0 and quotient 9. So that means the multiplication fact 4 multiplied by 9 is equal to 36 gives us the factor 4 and 9. Now we will check with 5. Kids, 36 is not divisible by 5 because we know that 5 7s are 35 and 5 8s are 40, where we get 35 as the smaller number, and when we divide 36 by 5, we get a remainder 1. So we will say that 36 is not completely divisible by 5. So 5 and 7 both are not the factors of 36. Now on checking with 6, we get to know that 36 is completely divisible by 6 and the multiplication fact is 6 multiplied by 6 is equal to 36. Now kids, here you may observe that both the factors are the same numbers. So we will only write it once. We will not write it twice. Kids, now we will stop here because we have already checked that 7 is not a factor of 36. So we can stop here because 7 and 6 are the consecutive numbers. So you may write that the factors of 36 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18 and 36. I hope you have got it.